going on, everybody? My name is Donnie O'Ballard. It is 10 o'clock right here on Channel 9 News right here. Every night at 10 o'clock, we're going to keep you abreast on what's happening in the world of news and everything that's going on right here. All right, y'all, man. It's been a big week. Y'all know Beyonce's father was in town over the weekend, on this past weekend, and we didn't get a chance to make it out there, man, but they said a lot of people showed up at the Texas Wesleyan University. They had the press conference that Friday, and I'm sad because I didn't get a chance to make it to the press conference, man. But again, man, they're saying that your man got breast cancer. That's what I had been hearing, that he got breast cancer, man, but he had a book signing over the weekend here in Fort Worth, and a lot of people showed up. Now, the press conference was located in Arlington, and then they had the hip hop symposium that morning, and a lot of people showed up for that, man. We don't have all the details, man, but hopefully we'll get some information about that. A lot of people did show up at the Texas Wesleyan University. All right, y'all, man, let's talk about some other news, man. We're going to talk about President Trump, and we got some footage coming from President Trump on what happened this week, man. But anyway, we want to talk about this. Yesterday was Veterans Day. I hope a lot of people celebrated Veterans Day. You still got a lot going on in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you haven't heard the news, the Tatiana father passed away over the weekend too. Man, a lot of people still talking about that and stuff. We'll get into details about that. They say he had a heart attack, and we definitely want to say keep the family in prayer. Shout out to Miss Carrie Hines, tuned in to us right now, and also Jason, Mr. Jason tuned in to us, and we got a lot of people out there tuned in to us. He's fighting for the rights of this man who was wrong accused, and this man is scheduled to die on the 19th. We're gonna get into details about it real soon, but I want to talk about this man. You know, your boy Kanye. I said president. Kanye West is talking about running for president. We're going to play some clips from him right now. Kanye West is talking about running for president in 2024. He made it official. But people don't really take Kanye West serious. Kanye West been doing the church thing. He don't take TVs out the kids' room because he don't want them to look at TV. I don't understand how you're going to stop them from doing everything. And a lot of people don't know if he's serious about running for president or if he's not. So we're going to go to this little press conference that Kanye West had and watch what happened when people start laughing at him. We'll be right back. Y'all check it out.
When I run for president in 2024, we're going to definitely know what y'all laughing at. When I run for president in 2024, we would have created so many jobs that I'm not going to run, I'm going to walk. Yeezy is going into innovation, and we moved the headquarters to Cody, Wyoming. We have a 4,000-acre ranch and a couple other properties out there. We're going to be farming and going seed to sow, and have our own cotton hydroponic farm and our own hemp farm and our own wheat farm, so we can see every element, just being responsible from A to Z. And what happens, our goal is to bring the manufacturing back to America, South America, and North America, and bring it back stateside, and also to present jobs for people back here.
Just friends, and he's a good man.
Last year, I was killed by the press for having a difference. Not having a difference in opinion, for having an opinion. So now that I've made it through Vietnam, I'm going to tell you exactly. When the Forbes wants to call me a centimillionaire and people say it's crass to call yourself a billionaire, I might legally change my name to Christian Genius Billionaire Kanye West for a year until y'all understand exactly what it is.
That's going to be so hard to type. Like in an article, it's going to be, the headlines are going to get insane. It's going to break Twitter. Please no on that one.
License. It will be on the license plate, but
All right, you guys, we are back here on Channel 9 News right here. And that was Kanye West. Again, Kanye West is running for president of the United States of America. He won't be running till 2024. He said he's preparing himself to run. So, very interesting to see what happened with that. He was supposed to be running in 2020, but I guess he changed his mind. He wanted Trump to go ahead and run because I think he wants that support coming from Trump. So, he's going to be running in 2024. We'll definitely keep you abreast as we get more details. Let's move right along to other quick news. As you know, Rodney Reed is scheduled to die on the 20th, November the 20th. Now, Rihanna and all the celebrities is coming forward saying that for him to be released. The evidence is showing that he did not murder this lady back in the day. They're saying that it was a police officer that actually murdered her and at the particular time. And but of course, Rodney Reed, I'm still getting all the details about the story. But Rodney Reed, they are saying that he had nothing to do with the murder, and the DNA is pointing that it was not him, that it was the police officer. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happened. Hopefully, we'll be getting somebody on the program to talk to us about that case. We don't know all the details about that case, but I just wanted to kind of bring that up to you guys, let you guys know what's going on. Rodney Reed is scheduled to die on the 20th, on November the 20th, and celebrities and everybody's rushing to make sure that Rodney Reed gets justice for something that he did not do. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happened. We're going to go now to President Trump. This week been a busy week. President Trump did a big thing. We're going to go to President Trump. They celebrated Veterans Day, and this is what President Trump had to say at the White House on Monday. Y'all check it out.
Thank you very much. Please. Thank you. Great to be with you. And thank you all for being here. Today it's my honor to present an award reserved for those who perform exemplary deeds or acts of service for this great nation and its citizens, the Presidential Citizens Medal, and it's a big deal. This evening, we come together to pay tribute to a fallen hero who devoted his life to defending freedom and who made the supreme sacrifice to save others on September 11th, 2001, Colonel Richard Rescorla. Richard was a great gentleman. He's looking down proudly on this wonderful family, and congratulations. It's a big evening, and it's great to have you at the White House because there's no place like it. Thank you. We're profoundly grateful to have with us Rick's beloved family. Please join me in welcoming his wife, Susan. Thank you, Susan. His son, Trevor, and his daughter, Kim. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to each of you, we cannot fathom all that you have endured, but today we express the gratitude of 329 million Americans. It's a lot of people. Rick was born in Cornwall, England in 1939. As a boy, he met American soldiers preparing for the Normandy landing and dreamed of one day serving in uniform. It's a big thing for Rick. Soon he had his chance and joined the British Army. He spent 6 years fighting communism, then flew to America, found the recruiting center in Times Square, and joined the United States Army. He wanted to continue his fight against communists. In 1965, Rick deployed to Vietnam as a platoon leader. He fought in the Battle of Nha Trang Valley. Facing overwhelming odds, Rick helped to beat back hundreds and hundreds of enemy soldiers. His commander, General Hal Moore, who was a great general, by the way, said Rick was, quote, an extraordinary battlefield leader, Quite simply, the best platoon leader of infantry I have ever known in 2 wars. He saw plenty of action. For his actions in Vietnam, Rick received 2 Bronze Stars, a Silver Star, the Purple Heart, and the Vietnamese Cross of Gallantry. We are thankful to be joined today by 60 soldiers who fought in Vietnam with Rick, including 6 veterans who just returned from Nha Trang on a trip to honor him. Would you all please stand? It's great to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you're all looking good. You're looking good. That's great. That's really fair. Do I see a Medal of Honor winner in our midst? Oh, that's great. Stand up, please. And I know them all. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Very nice. You've earned our everlasting gratitude. When Rick came home to America, he received a bachelor's of master's degree in literature and earned a law degree in Oklahoma. He taught at the University of South Carolina, but soon realized he would not be happy until he was protecting others. That's what he liked to do, protect others. He was born to serve. In 1984, Rick became Director of Security for Dean Witter Securities, which soon moved to the World Trade Center's South Tower. Rick was there in 1993 when terrorists detonated a 1,200-pound bomb in the World Trade Center's garage. In the midst of danger and confusion, Rick climbed on top of a desk, took command, and directed the evacuation. Helped a lot of people. That was a rough time. After that bombing, Rick analyzed threats, outlined potential attacks, and told building officials that the next assault on the towers could come from the air. He understood what was happening. He did everything he could to prepare for the worst. In 1997, Dean Witter merged with Morgan Stanley, and Rick was promoted to Executive Vice President of Security for the largest tenant in the entire World Trade Center. In 1998, he met Susan, and they married within a year. That was good, right? That was good. They were both happy. They were both very happy. That was a good move for both. On Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, Rick got up early, put on his blue pinstripe suit, and just before he left his home in Morristown, New Jersey, he kissed Susan and told her, "I've never felt better in my life. I love you so." Very nice. It's very nice. Rick arrived in his office before 7:30 a.m. A little more than an hour later, he heard an explosion and looked out the window to see the North Tower consumed by flames. Bullhorn in hand, Rick told everyone to ignore the PA system that was instructing them to remain at their desks. He directed them to start marching down the stairs, 2 by 2, get out and start marching. Just do it. And they had practiced before. Because of him, they had practiced before. Rick ran up and down over 20 floors telling employees to keep moving, get out, keep moving. Many recall him saying, "Today is a day to be proud to be an American. Tomorrow, the world will be looking at you." At 9:03 a.m., a plane crashed into now the South Tower. As terrified victims ran to escape the suffocating fumes, Rick remained calm and resolute in his mission. When others told Rick to run to safety, he responded, "As soon as I've got everybody in this building out." The South Tower collapsed while Rick was still inside. Through his extraordinary actions, he helped save 2,700 lives. That night, those 2,700 people went home to their loved ones. In the 18 years since, they have raised families, sent their children to college, walked their sons and daughters down the aisle, held their grandchildren, thanks in great measure to one extraordinary American. Here with us today are 12 brave first responders of 9/11, along with 5 veterans who fought in the war on terror and very, very successfully fought. Please stand, please. Thank you. Thank you, fellas. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great respect. I know the city well. Fantastic job. Rick's entire life paints a beautiful picture of selfless service, and his legacy endures. Monuments and gardens have been built in his honor. A passenger train in England has been named after him, and they just gave me the most beautiful model of that train, and it'll be in the Oval Office. And poems and books and even an opera have been written to memorialize his story. No one has done more to preserve Rick's memory than his wife, Susan. After 9/11, Susan traveled the country and told of Rick's courage. Rick used to stay and say that Susan's spirit could lift him up in just a minute. Susan, you have really helped to lift up an entire nation, and we want to really thank you, and you have been so incredible, and this evening is a very special one. This is a very special house, it's a very special home, and it's a very special country. So to Susan, Trevor, Kim, and every one of Rick's family members who are here, our debt to you is beyond measure. We can never reverse the horrors of that day. We can never replace the precious lives we lost. But on behalf of our entire nation, I pledge that we will forever and always remember this incredible American hero, Colonel Rick Rescorla. We will never, ever forget. Now it is my privilege to ask Susan to join me on stage to accept the Presidential Citizens Medal on behalf of her great husband. Would the military aide please come forward and read the citation? Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
Richard Cyril Rescorla. At the cost of his own, Richard Rescorla helped save the lives of nearly 2,700 people at the World Trade Center on the morning of September 11, 2001. In the midst of the attack on the Twin Towers, Rescorla ignored advice to shelter people in place and instead aided their efforts to escape to safety. He did not, however, join the evacuation. He continued working to save lives until the tower collapsed, killing him and hundreds more. The United States is proud to honor Rick Rescorla, whose valiant and selfless sacrifice for his fellow Americans on one of our nation's darkest days will never be forgotten.
Good evening, President Trump, and all of you this day of November the 7th in the year of our Lord 2019. And thank you so much for meeting with Rick's family and I so privately before the ceremony. Today is a day to honor a proud American. 18 years is a long time, and I thank our president for honoring Rick with the Presidential Citizen Medal. I had asked myself, and why now? Because this was to be. It's all about the journey, which has revealed so much more. Of all the accolades, all the tributes, both here and in the United Kingdom, 60 or more over the years, and each one so unique. And all of the people along the journey who have touched my life, each is so memorable because I was able to learn more about this incredible man and death than in the short time we had together on earth. And thank God we were blessed by a deeply meaningful time together. Mr. President, we have about 200 people here who are all great women and men, and I will be honoring them at the gala event at the Plaza Hotel this evening. I know Rick would have wanted them all to be here today, and we both salute you all. And now, on this incredible day, we are gathered here at our White House with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, in the country we love, with the flag we salute with so much respect, and looking out on you all. Each one of you is so special. On that fatal day, September 11th, 2001, Rick was seen fiercely herding the people out of the building, and then he and his 3 men followed the firemen, going further up into the South Tower. There's even a recorder of them talking to one another. Leave no man behind was the core of the 7th Cavalry, and I know Rick was thinking about his men in those final moments. The days after 9/11, so many people called me and asked me, did Rick make it out? Or to tell me what Rick was saying to them as he was bringing them out of the building to safety. He was singing Cornish songs and sometimes even whispering in their ears, get the hell out, just leave, get out. Anyway, what was I going to say? Today is a day to be proud to be an American because the world is still looking at us. And all of you here have contributed to keeping Rick's work and story alive so it will be in the forefront of the American memory. But before I say the last statement, I would like to tell you something about what Rick said to me. On our first date, he said to me, what are you about? And I said, what do you mean, Rick? And he said, well, when I was a very young man, I declared what I wanted to be. And I knew that if I stayed on that path, that at the end of my life, that I would have done the very best that I could. And that's exactly what Rick did. Thank you, Mr. President, and God bless America.
All right, you guys, we are back here on Channel 9 News TV. I hope you guys enjoyed the program. There was President Trump presenting awards at the Veterans Day on yesterday. And again, we definitely want to say a big shout out to President Trump for what he's doing in the community. He's always doing something. A lot of people don't like him, but anyway, we definitely want to say a big shout out to him. And again, let's talk about some more news stuff, man. We talked about this earlier. A Tatiana father passed away, had a heart attack. A lot of people believe that the man had a heart attack because he was concerned about his daughter. And it makes perfect sense that he would have stress on your heart, especially if you already been sick and then all of a sudden you have stress on your heart because of what happened. Again, we're definitely going to keep you guys abreast if we get more details about that. But we're going to go now back to, Kanye West. Y'all know Kanye West announced that he's running for president in 2024. Y'all check it out. We're going to go back to it.
When I run for president in 2024, we're going to definitely know what y'all laughing at. When I run for president in 2024, we would have created so many jobs that I'm not going to run, I'm going to walk. Yeezy is going into innovation, and we are, we moved the headquarters to Cody, Wyoming. We have a 4,000-acre ranch and a couple other properties out there. We're going to be farming and going seed to sow and have our own cotton hydroponic farm and our own hemp farm and our own wheat farm, so we can see every element. Just being responsible from A to Z. And what happens, our goal is to bring the manufacturing back to America, South America, and North America, and bring it back stateside, and also to present jobs for people back here.
Just friends, and he's a good man.
Last year, I was killed by the press for having a difference. now having a difference in opinion for having an opinion. So now that I've made it through Vietnam, I'm going to tell you exactly. When the Forbes wants to call me a centimillionaire and people say it's crass to call yourself a billionaire, I might legally change my name to Christian Genius Billionaire Kanye West for a year until y'all understand exactly what it is.
That's going to be so hard to type. Like in an article, it's going to be, the headlines are going to get insane. It's going to break Twitter. Please no. Please no on that one.
License.
It will be on the license plate, but just
All right, you guys, we are back here on your daily news. Make sure you tune in to us every night at 10 o'clock as we talk about what is going on in the community. Remember, if it's breaking news, it's breaking news to us as well. I definitely want to say a big shout out to Mark Carter, who's tuning in to us, my mother, Minister Mary Ballard, who tuned in to us, Miss Emma, the founding director of the Angel Christ Praise Team. And also, shout out to Carrie House, who tuned in to us right now. Reverend Taylor, what's up, Reverend Taylor? Also, Angelico tuned in to us, and a lot of other people in the community. And we've been doing a lot of different stuff, you guys. We plan on doing a protest in the city and doing a lot of different stuff in the community, man. Again, we have to stop these police shootings that has been happening in our community. It's a must that we stop these police shootings. It's getting outrageous how all these officers continue to shoot the African American community, and we just gotta start saying, "Hey, enough is enough." Another thing we're gonna talk about real quick before we get ready to go, we want to talk about some things that need to be changed. We talk about policy that needs to be changed in the city. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think policy needs to be changed in the city? That's something that we need to continue to focus on and continue to follow up in the community when it comes down to that. That's one of the things that we're going to be talking about on this TV station right here on Channel 9 TV, is we want to be able to come up with ways of making the community better. What can we do to make the community better? What do we need to do? What changes we need to see? Shout out to, I got to say a big shout out to all the bus drivers on the T that tune in to us. And again, we got to continue to focus on the positivity stuff that's happening in our community and continue to say enough is enough. And when you do that, then you can make a difference, but you just got to focus on how you're going to make a difference, who do you make a difference with. And again, we just got to continue to focus on the biggest thing that's happening in our community. Remember, y'all, if you're talking about it, we're definitely going to be talking about it here on Channel 9 TV News. So again, we just want to keep you updated on what's going on in the community and let people know that changes need to happen in our community. But in order to make change happen, we got to come together as a community and say enough is enough. All right, you guys, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to us right here. And remember, if it is to be, it's up to you. And we'll be back again tomorrow night right here on the hottest station in the community where we are making a big difference. And again, we talk about different hot topics that's happening in our community. Good night.